Would I be the a-hole if I didn't take in my ex-husband's cat? So I, 30 female, am 4 years divorced from my ex-husband Ryan, 31. We divorced amicably, but also with good reason to separate. Ryan got our cat Felix in the divorce, which I wasn't thrilled about as I love Felix very much, but Ryan was very insistent about keeping him for his mental health. But last night, Ryan called me completely heartbroken, asking if I could take in Felix. Ryan is moving to a different state for a new job, and he said that it's very difficult for him to find an affordable apartment that allows cats, and that he will probably not have as much time for Felix with how much he'll be working. He said it could be temporary, but he also didn't want to promise anything. I had to tell him no because my current girlfriend, Jamie, that I have been dating for 2 years now, is really allergic to cats. We just moved in together. I told him that I was going to ask Jamie how she felt and maybe we could take him. But otherwise, I'd ask around to family and friends to see if there's someone that can take Felix. But that's all I can really do. As much as I want to take him in, Ryan was really upset and said that he doesn't know what he'll do now that I won't take Felix. He went on a rant and said that if roles were reversed, that he would take Felix in a heartbeat, and said that it's a compromise Jamie should be willing to make, that Jamie could look into allergy shots or medications because it's not fair to Felix that he could have to go back to a shelter or live with a stranger because I couldn't take him. Which is ironic because last time I checked, nobody is making Ryan take this job. I haven't discussed this with Jamie yet, and I'm not sure what she'd say. I'd completely understand if she didn't want to compromise her health for a cat, but I also know that she has a really big heart, especially with animals. It could go either way. I'm having to work up the courage to have the conversation, though, because I am pretty emotional about this topic. All of this said, I can't help but feel a little guilty at the idea that if I can't take Felix, that I really am the bad guy here. I love this cat, and he does mean a lot to me, but I know it would be a huge ask of Jamie, and I wouldn't blame her if she said no, but I would feel terrible that Felix wouldn't have a home. Okay, so OP has offered the following explanation why they think they might be the arsehole. So, the action I took that I think should be judged is not taking in our cat that we adopted together, Felix, after my ex told me he could no longer care for him. That action might make me the a-hole because I was part of adopting him into our family. And because I made that choice to adopt him with my ex, I feel I do have a certain responsibility towards this animal, even though I'm no longer required to take care of him. Wow, that's quite a emotionally charged situation, isn't it? Because we're talking about a sort of a living thing. We're not talking about an item. We're not talking about a sofa or something. You know, we're talking about a living thing that they both adopted together. I mean, I don't think they're the a-hole, because at the end of the day, when they split up, he was adamant to keep the cat. And now, after she's built a new life with a new partner, I just kind of feel like it's not really fair to kind of now lumber this rightly or wrongly, because obviously this cat, you know, it's better for the cat to go with someone that he knows, or he or she knows, isn't it?
See, my thing is, I'd find it, because I love cats.
I wouldn't be able to say no. That's my personal opinion. I would definitely...
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at it from a place of kind of how I personally
I'm trying
because
not
I have animals and cats.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about my personal views of, because I love cats and I would say yes. Yeah. I'm trying to look at it from the point of view as, is it wrong to say no, rather than about feelings of, would I actually be able to, wrongly or rightly?
And from my point of view as well, you know, like he says, oh, he's taken this new job, and I just feel that I would be putting my cat first.
I mean, I personally would take my cat back. I wouldn't be able to leave my cat in the first place. I wouldn't
be able to leave my cat, and I'd have to, or I'd look for something else, because I wouldn't be able to do that. I would put my cat first.
Also, there is another perspective on it. He's doing the same thing. He's abandoning his cat. He's making a decision to put a job before the cat.
Yeah.
So can he really be horrible to her about not taking back the cat when he's also abandoning the cat.
Yeah.
You know? So it's kind of a bit strange to abandon the cat, but then
watching Mabel because she keeps nearly having
you're having to go at someone else for abandoning the cat when you also abandon the cat. You're just lumbering that on someone else. There's that element to it.
And there's my cat. This cat
you've got to
is
consider
trying to knock over the tripod at the moment. That's why I keep looking down like this. Because
what you have to consider as well is, you know, Jamie, the partner of OP, is it fair to expect the new partner to just suck up her allergies and just, you know, have to deal with that? Because there is that element. We're not just talking about her. We're not just talking about OP taking on the pet now. We're also talking about OP as a new partner, and that partner has allergies. That's going to really affect that person's life.
I wonder what would have happened as well. Say she'd taken on the cat, like originally. If she had taken on the cat, what would she have done if she had still met this new partner?
There's
would
that
she
element
have tried
to
to have foisted the cat off on him?
There's that element to it.
First? You know, would either of them put the cat first?
Yeah, you're right. Because, yeah, there is that element. If she'd already had the cat, you know, with that relationship. Because, I mean, again, you can't... if I really loved with someone, I'm not splitting up with them over a cat. I would just deal with my allergies, and I wouldn't expect them to get rid of the animal either.
Same.
If it's enough to get me to leave, because my allergies are so bad, I know it's enough to get me to leave, then I don't love that person enough. Anyway, as it is. As I said, I don't like to judge the person that's got the allergies, because again, it's a big ask, isn't it, to expect someone to... Because again, on their side of things, they're going to be thinking, well, when we got together, you didn't have a cat. So to now expect me to deal with that when I didn't know that was going to be an element of the relationship. Again, I'm trying to see from all sides, because this new partner, you know, who knows? They may actually they might be willing to deal with it out of love for their partner. But I don't think it's fair on their part. It's not fair on the cat. And I wouldn't be able to say, no. I would definitely take my cat back no matter what. You know, even if a partner had an allergy, I'd be like, look, we need to kind of try and work it out. Maybe try and, if you've got a big enough home, try and do it so that person can maybe avoid the cat a bit, because you can avoid cats, because they're not like dogs, are they? They're like, you could avoid the cat in the house. People come around my house, I have cats. If they want to avoid the cats, they do. You know, some people are just scared of cats. There's nothing wrong with my cats. Apart from one, Larry one, Karen. But other than that...
I would look into it. That's what I would do. I would look into how can someone live with a cat if the partner's allergic. And I have heard of people being able to do it. And like you said, I think if she has little to do with the cat, it could be all right, because I could be wrong, but I'm sure I read that the allergy is to do with the cat's saliva. So if they're not near them or stroking them, then...
they won't necessarily get a reaction.
Yeah.
Even so, there are medications and there are things that you can...
Yeah, just take some antihistamines
now.
Yeah, you can take antihistamines.
And I mean, that might be a big ask to expect someone to take them every single day. That might be a big ask. But again, it's difficult because, again, like you're saying, I would not be able to say no. I would definitely take my cat. I would take my cat in.
And especially as I kind of gave in and let him have it, like I'd be kind of like, oh, I can get my cat back.
Yeah, I'd be really happy to finally be getting my cat back.
So Mabel's moved, that's good.
It sounds like she's kind of got over the cat a little.
Yeah.
Even though she loves the cat, of course she's probably still up, but she's probably got over it a little. And there obviously isn't that, she's moved on, she's got a new partner,
new partner.
Yeah, there isn't this need to cling on to a past part of her life. And maybe... that's part, she's sort of moved on from the cat, which I know sounds weird because I couldn't move on from my animal. You know, if I love it from day one, I'm going to love it even if I haven't seen it for 10 years or whatever. I'm still going to love that animal because that's what love is, isn't it? It's not, you can't say you love something if that love is easily lost just because of a couple of years. It's difficult one. I think, I'm not sure if there's any a-holes here. I think everyone... But do you know, I do think that the
I
actual
think they could both
ex,
potentially be the a-hole.
both
towards the
potentially
cat,
could be the a-hole, but also not the a-hole, because they're
but for
both
different reasons.
for different reasons. I do believe that the ex is a bit of an a-hole, treating her like she's a bad person. She's not, but he's doing the same thing that he's having a go at her for. He's abandoning his cat. He's abandoning the cat. So that's why she's having to take it in. The very reason as to why she's even in this situation is because he is abandoning the cat. So it's very odd to me that he would have a go and say she's abandoning the cat, because this is
And
literally
to want
what
the
he's
cat
doing.
that much and then be so kind of quick to give that cat up over
Yeah, that
this.
is weird. And it's weird on both their parts, because again, she obviously
Would you do that to your child?
No. And as I say,
wouldn't.
when there's a living thing and you love that living thing,
And you chose to take that thing on as well into your life.
and I do find it, I mean, again, I would not be able to say no to taking my cats back, because obviously I love them so much. Like, there's no way I would be distraught with my ex having the cat and me not having the cat in the first place, and I'd be so happy to get my cat back. But again, that's my personal experience and circumstances. This person obviously is in a different experience, different circumstance, and she has a partner that has severe allergies. Obviously, I'm not in that position. It's easy to have those opinions when you're not in that situation of having a partner with an allergy. I don't think the new partner is an a-hole in any way, because they've been dragged into this situation that they've got an allergy. It's not their fault that they've got an allergy. So whatever their feelings are on it I don't judge them for that, because they're living with an allergy.
They weren't there in the original kind of decision. They weren't around.
They weren't privy to any of that. Exactly. So
no, so that they're then it's kind of like she's then putting something on her partner, and I guess it's just how tight their relationship is. Can they kind of? Yeah.
It does.
Because I don't know. I just feel that.
How long's she been with?
If that was my partner,
oh, dating 2 years now. They've been dating for 2 years.
But then if they said no to my pet that I loved, I think I would hold a resentment. I would have a resentment. I would. I get the allergies, but even though you understand the allergies and the reason why, I just think it would always be an underlying thing. Like, if you ever had an argument, you'd be like, wow, he wouldn't let me keep my cat.
Yeah,
like,
no, you're right.
That's what I'd be like.
Yeah, it would always be a thing, an underlying thing. And you'd always have it in your head that they wouldn't sacrifice things for me. Like,
it'd be like, yeah, I know you're my girlfriend, but I want my other pussy too. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think... Okay, maybe I think actually, they are both the a-hole, I think. They're both the a-hole to the cat.
I think they're both the a-hole.
Yeah.
Because the cat's the victim here.
The cat is the victim. the cat's the only one that's not the a-hole. And that's unusual.
And that's very unusual.
It is.
That's highly unusual. Yeah. Yeah. Because if this title was, Is My Cat the A-Hole? I would have gone, the cat's the a-hole.
Yeah, especially if it's
I
Karen.
love cats, but they usually are the a-hole.
Especially if it's your cat, Karen.
Oh, Karen, she is the a-hole. But she'd openly, happily admit that she's the a-hole. She's happy to be the a-hole,